And Bruno is pretty cool as well, must admit, but it makes it a bit more variance when it comes to getting bombs in the escape or not.
Absolutely, and we're gonna find out shortly because they are off, and it looks like g3rd0's using classic Link sprite while we have Dark Link over on Buane's side.
And so good versus dark matchup right here. I'm a personal fan of the Dark Link, but you can't go wrong with just classic.
I tend to use classic Link myself, except yesterday was the first time I did another sprite. I did the Will from Illusions of Gaia.
And we did get a cane, but it's not the one that you expected.
No, but with this cane's like 3 items in one, and both utilizing it to get here because you can get a refill here. But wow, and flippers off the bat. But with that cane of Samaria, it's interesting to watch because you could choose to toss it, you could choose to place it, you can choose to explode it. It's just so many things you can do. It's versatile, so it's nice to see.
It's a great item, definitely. Yeah, it's a very safe item to use in the beginning. You almost cannot run out of magic. It's a bit slow to farm bombs with, but at least you can be almost assured that you will get one.
And it looks like we're having Buane farming for that bomb drop. g3rd0's choosing not to, so we shall see if we get bombs on either side here.
Yeah, you've probably seen quite a few differences when it comes to strats in the escape. Early farming for bombs, only farming in the sewers, not farming at all, hoping that you get bombs from the chest. There's all the possibilities. I personally like farming early, but it feels bad if you get free bombs in Zelda's chest or something.
Oh yeah, you don't want to. You hate to see that when you finally get the bombs and you get it in one of the chests, which is definitely annoyance. But hopefully we find it shortly. Wow, Moon Pearl right off the bat.
We just have been quite some items in the beginning already. 3 out of 4 items were progression so far, and I mean having the 50 rupees to the side is pretty nice as well. But Flippers, Moon Pearl, and Cane doesn't really open up much yet, but those are definitely things you like to see early.
Oh, we're getting Cane of Samaria strats from g3rd0 right there. Very well done.
Yeah, might have to be a bit careful with his magic, but I guess he's done this before.
And they both are at 3 minutes and already heading up from the basement. It's definitely making quick work out of escape here.
Yeah, with Gain, you probably would not expect to get a sub-6 escape, but it'll be ending around there. But we'll have to see how much g3rd0 still decides to farm when it comes to bombs, because he's almost on a quarter of his magic. Might be cutting it close with Kira.
Yeah, but he probably knows that there's those few pots in the back of escape that does have those magic refills, so he's probably hoping for them, or just using as much magic as possible just to get those bomb drops.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Very little drops on Buane's side. I think there are around equal price packs right now, even though Buane has killed quite a few more guards.
Yeah, they're gonna have to hope the ropes in the back are gonna drop some bombs.
Yeah, there's 6 snakes, ropes in the next room right here for g3rd0. I guess there is a good chance that he'll get a good drop from that. But he's not going for anything at all, he's just straight to the back.
He's probably hoping he does not have to make his way back here, and just making that gamble right off the bat.
Yeah, well, he goes for for the rats right here. And he finds a 4-pack. That's really good.
Alright, we know the rats are where the bombs are.
Yeah, the rats have a different price pack pool than the robots and the guards, but Buane finds an 8-bomb pack.
That's very nice, because now he has enough bombs to make his way through Kakariko.
Yeah, both of them do even. g3rd0 might have to buy some bombs after that, but at least both of them have enough to get through Kakariko and the swords. And even the 300 rupees in the back to get over the hook shot. Very nice.
Well, g3rd0 not doing as much farming, did the right thing, still got the back, got the hook shot, got the 300 rupees, and now he can have enough money to just go buy bombs.
Yeah, we'll be ending 10-15 seconds ahead of Buane as well, so very quick escape on his part. 5:58, super solid. Of course, escape times don't really matter that much, because it mostly depends on where you get your bombs, but anything around 6 minutes is super solid to begin with.
Absolutely, and really, that escape is quite good. And we have a map check there, all crystals, and Desert Palace being one of the 5-6 crystals.
Seeing 3 crystals in the light world is a super good feeling. Make sure that the amount of items you need are probably a bit more limited than when they all will be pendants, because you have the chance that Turtle Rock or Mijiramar are not required, or even Swamp them. The amount of items that you need to clear the game are reduced.
Oh, no, it definitely is, but having that in the back of your mind, with version 29, I feel like you always gotta dip at least one pendant dungeon for the most part, and that could mean dipping Turtle Rock, and you don't like to see that.
Yeah, dipping pendant Turtle Rock is not the best feeling that you ever had, but it's better than having to look for the ice rod when it's the last item you need and the entire world is available to you. Rather not have to find it all.
Both runners did opt not to check Lumberjack. Obviously, it's a mode of thinking. If you don't have the boot yet, you don't need to go check it. But personally, I always think the more knowledge, the better.
Yeah, it's a time investment that they're not willing to make yet, and both ways of thinking make sense. If you find the boot super late and you know that the last required item is on Lumberjack, then you can save quite a bit of time rather than having to do all the other boot checks first that make maybe more sense at that time.
Absolutely, but g3rd0 finding a bottle in Thieves' Hut, that's definitely nice. You can quickly check Sick Kid while they're here. Very convenient location for it.
Yeah, makes you able to clear out almost everything in Kakariko right at the start.
The only thing that'll make it better if they find Flute on Bottle Vendor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you want the entire package, then you would want boots for library, and then hammer and powder for Batman as well. That might be a bit too much to ask.
But they could take blue mail. Why not? And a sword.
Sweet.
Alright, so now here's the thing. With that sword in hand and Moon Pearl, that means they're 2 items away from being Aga required, though. They find that they find the cape and the lamp. We might be seeing Agassiz.
Yeah. If you do not want to see an Agassiz, then the lamp is probably the last thing you want to find. Because an early lamp is usually a sign, from what I've noticed lately.
And we'll see what this Sick Kid can offer us on our journey here. There's pocket change.
Sick Kid, more like Rich Kid. You should be able to afford a good doctor with that, so he should be fine. So most of the good stuff seems to be on the northern part of Kakariko, but we'll see if the race game has something to offer.
just a big 20 in the library. They don't have to go use their library card for that. And Girdle's opting just to check what's in the race game.
Yeah, probably felt like there were enough items in Sphere 0 so far, but there wasn't a huge chance to be something in a race game. Some people like to be very flexible when it comes to that. Check how many items they already have if they expect to see something on race game. Some people always just check do the race game blind. Some people always check first.
Yeah, I tend to switch back and forth myself. Lately, though, I've been just doing the race game instead of checking it.
Yeah. Relatively healthy seed so far as well. 7 hearts blue mail already. Quite some utility items with hookshot and cane. And a sword. Can't go wrong there.
No, very nice. I would always like to have about 8 hearts before going into the Dark World, but you know, 7 hearts and red mail, that works just as well as well.
Yeah, they'll be feeling safe enough.
And having flippers is going to make nice routing here to route in the Hobo, check Hylia Island, then go up to Zora because they have enough money for it.
Yeah, they've been finding a lot of money so far, and that's really nice. Being able to pay Zora immediately, not having to come back later. If something is locked behind Zora and you never have enough money, that's probably the worst feeling there is. We found and the gloves here in the mini Molten Cave, so that opens up a few more locations.
Yeah, a little bit more of the overworld is opening up for them now, and they can opt to check desert. Obviously, they can't beat it yet until they find a fire source, but almost everything to beat a 5/6 crystal.
Yeah, and they could also sequence break onto Death Mountain. They don't have the lamp yet, so logically it's not available, but there are quite a few items there on the eastern side which they can access with hookshot.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure both these runners are fully capable of doing dark rooms anywhere, so...
Yeah, I don't think either of them will have an issue with that. That is quite a good find though. Fire rod in Ice Rod Cave. It's kind of a contradiction right there. But...
yeah, definitely a contradiction, but there's the desert play. If they choose to do it. I mean, it is a little bit out of the way, but full dungeon clear. Why not?
Yeah, the only thing that might be holding them back is whether or not they need the boots in order to get a key from the torch. But otherwise, it's definitely accessible.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Boots is always gotta be in the back of your mind. I gotta get...
Yeah, the boots is something that they would like to see anyway, but we'll have to see if they actually go for the desert play right after this. I would not be surprised because they've basically given all the items for it in rapid succession. Book, gloves, and a fire source. We'll have 4 more items to come first in the Zora area. I'm not sure which of the two routings made more sense, to be honest. I always wondered if you get the flippers, if you do the hobo first and then go to Ice Rod Cave, or if you do it the other way around. Doesn't seem to matter that much.
No, I think it's pretty similar. You're gonna do both anyway in succession. So either way is good, but they're getting some mushroom in the waterfall wishing there.
Yeah, that was a pretty good find as well. They might want to wait with turning it in until they find the hammer so they can fake powder. But I know that Buane thinks fake power is a meme anyway, so he'll probably turn it in relatively shortly if he runs out of solid locations to check.
Yeah, fake powdering, I mean, I like to save my mushroom just in case, or if I'm going to turn it in, I'll save it a bit beforehand, just to see. Definitely useful in either thinking, but Zora just giving a full heart container, very expensive love from him.
Yeah, just a big thank you from his side. Can always pick it up.
And looks like g3rd0 is taking that knowledge with him and heading over to desert, so.
Yeah, it feels like a solid play to make. It's probably the highest density. It gives you the knowledge on whether or not you need it.
But Buane is heading over to Eastern.
Yeah, probably just clearing out all the Sphere 0 locations. Or Sphere 1.
Yes, thanks, Chad. I had my boom away from my mouth. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay! Well, that's...
Well then.
Nice blue items.
But with that Master Sword now, once they find the lamp, Aga is officially in play, unless they find that hammer somewhere.
Yeah, it's the lamp versus the mid-sword hammer, indeed. I kind of like what Buane's doing here. He hopes to be able to full clear desert at a later point when he finds the boots, so he's at least fully sure that he can full clear it, rather than just checking it first. Just sequence breaks onto Death Mountain.
I missed it. Is desert boots locked?
Yeah, I believe it was. I didn't check what was on the torch, but I don't believe he found anything. There seems to be a compass in the chest. But g3rd0 finds his Darkwold axes with the hammer in Agina's cave. That's quite a nasty location. I don't think Buane will be checking that anytime soon.
Alright, hammer found. So, unless Lumberjack is needed, we are officially Aga dead.
Alright. Well, we're officially desynced here, and we'll be spending quite some time on Death Mountain first, and g3rd0 goes to check Hive Cave.
Yeah, oh, and there's the cape, though, on Spectacle Rock, and I missed that map check.
Turtle Rock was a pendant. That's what I saw. And so was Swamp and Skull Woods. Okay.
Swamp being the green pendant.
And of course I missed what the other Pyramid Fairy Crystal was. And another sword in Hive Cave.
Alright, so that means we'll at least be a Temper Sword for the end of this.
Yeah, very likely. I don't see it being very likely that g3rd0 does not check Sahaslo's HUD at some point.
Oh, and g3rd0's going right for the pyramid check. We'll see if he partners it with Catfish.
Yeah, it's quite a long walk. But on the other hand, it's nice to have out of the way. And oh, Buane finds the boots at Paradox Cave. And the mirror.
Wow, and the mirror. So both decisions for these runners have equated to something. We're just gonna figure out what play warrants it a little bit, a little faster for these two runners. I can speak. I know I can speak English, so pardon me.
Yeah, same. It's hard. It's hard. Yeah, you almost want to give the advantage to the person with boots, because some people say boots are overrated, and they probably are a little bit, but it still has quite an impact. And if you compare going to Catfish with the boots or without the boots, then you know what you pick.
Oh yes, and well, there's our fourth sword from Buane's side. Very nice.
Well, that's pretty ridiculous. So Buane will be clearing out Hera first, and then probably going to Desert afterwards. The fun thing is that the boots actually lead into Desert, so he'll be finding his hammer soon enough. So it really works out well for Buane. And sadly there wasn't anything on the pyramid or on Catfish, so that was quite a long walk for no result.
But technically, right now, all this information is logically behind either the lamp or flute. So until we find that, we are out of logic at the moment. So
yeah, but I think that Buane realizes that, and he'll be keeping it in the back of his head.
g3rd0 looks like he's turning into mushroom.
Yeah, that's a solid decision. He hasn't found anything else from the flippers, and it might just be what you need to gain access to more locations. It might very well be the lamp or the flute. It was just a big bait. You'd think a witch would give a little bit more for a valuable mushroom like that.
So the question really is that will g3rd0 now head up the mountain, or will he take what the seed's giving him and go towards Skull Woods and Villager Outcast area?
Yeah, that's a good question. He seems to be heading north, so I think he'll be heading up to Death Mountain as well. So he won't be losing too much. But of course it does mean that he will have to come back to Desert later.
I think if I was counting correctly, that there is an item in the basement.
Yeah, I believe so as well. g3rd0 made his way through the dark maze in Death Mountain. Will soon be following into East Death Mountain as well, finding his boots and third sword.
But we got our first crystal at 23 minutes into the seed. Sometimes that seems a little bit slow. Depending on what, especially with 3 crystals in a light world, but there was so much open to these runners that they were easily could just went everywhere they could.
Yeah. And you might think, first crystal 23 minutes, that's okay, but Buane can finish off at least 2 other crystals as well, with Desert Palace and Keystone, once he finds the hammer and the keynotes. Well, same with g3rd0 really, once he finished off his East of Mountain clear. The one thing that g3rd0 will be able to check after he's done Hera is Spy Cave actually, because he already has the hammer.
Very true, and that could lead to something, you know, that's one of those locations that you can sometimes save for later, but having it early and getting it conveniently when you go into Hera just makes for nice routing. But the basement had nothing.
Just 2 pieces of heart in Hera, but at least it's a crystal that you already got. It removes a bit of the sting from full clearing a dungeon.
Chat making a good point too. Swamp is technically full clearable now with all the items that they have, and that's the green pendant.
Yeah. I think that if you want to clear Swamp when it's a pendant, you should do it as soon as possible because it makes you feel less bad when dipping it. If you leave it for too long, it's just terrible. You keep thinking like, man, I should just clear everything else in the overworld before I head into Swamp because I don't want to be forced into doing left.
g3rd0 opting to save Spiral Cave until after he finishes Hera, which is not bad. I've seen both these ideas go through here, but that means he'll have just what's been donned recently as the Winterfresh sword while going through Hera.
Well, that's quite a nice name. Yeah, I don't think it may take a little bit longer, but the difference between the two is marginal at best when it comes to Mulder. It's just one extra spin.
I agree, but with that that routing in his hand, we might not see Spike Cave check while he's up here.
Yeah, he might leave one or the other for later. I can see him leaving Spiral Cave actually for once he finds the myths, and then he'll be able to mirror into Spiral Cave later. But either or works. Alright, we'll see some new ground here from Buane's side. Just a quiver. But no bow yet to use it. And some money. So, no progression in Desert. But he'll be picking up his second crystal soon enough. Alright, go on to his Molding fight. We'll see if he goes for the spins or for a hammer strat. It just looks for Master Sword spins. They do exactly the same damage, but spins are probably a bit safer.
Yeah, just a little bit, but you know, you tend to want to hug Moldorm anyway as close as possible because he doesn't go as erratic if you're closer to him. So
yeah, the biggest piece of advice that you'll usually get when it comes to Moldorm fights is just follow him. Like, the tail will follow the head, and that makes it easier to hit. It also goes back into Hera for the last item. You'll probably be equally as disappointed.
Nice 2-cycle from Buane there.
Yeah, I didn't have full magic, so I wasn't able to fire his fire rock shots as quickly as much as he wanted to. But 2 cycles pretty good as well.
Alright, I said we were, you know, first crystal was at 23 minutes. Well, now we're at 28 minutes and 2 crystals in, so nice compilation there.
Yeah, at this rate we'll have a pretty quick seed.
But Buane's about to get his hammer, so he's gonna really like what he finds there, and it'll probably lead him to Hype Cave after that. I would suspect.
Yeah, I would suppose so. I think Buane usually goes Hype Cave to west, and then he'll be able to mirror, go into the Village of Outcast area. He might do fake powder stuff before heading into the Dark World there. I'm not sure, but I'm relatively sure that at least he'll do the.
But with that mirror in hand, he'll be able to do a little bit more efficient if he goes to Catfish. Actually, well, they already did that. Never mind. But Buane's about to get his gold sword.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he'll be slightly over-equipped for the amount of minutes that we've been playing right now.
Yeah, technically we're at 11 hearts, red mail, and butter sword at 30 minutes into the seed.
Yeah, all we're missing is half magic and bow and silver, so I suppose. Just a big 20 in the bonk rocks.
Buane is heading left.
Getting a lumberjack check from g3rd0, so we'll see if aggro is required in the end anyway. Just a big heart. Wanted wizard, dead or alive. Reward. Just some love.
Yeah, Southern Dark World really not working out here for Buane. Unless the digging game has the mitts, he's gonna either have to save and quit or use his mirror and go up towards Dark Kakariko that way.
Yeah, I think he'll mirror, maybe, and then we'll see if he goes straight to the Dark World or maybe does a bat check first. Oh, well, it's not progression, but that's not a spot where you would expect silvers to be.
No, someone thought to just keep it for safekeeping underground. Nice find, and most likely we won't see g3rd0 skipping that. I doubt it, so we'll have silver Ganon fight at the end of this.
Yeah, it will definitely be over-equipped at the end. And here we have it, we're gonna get our bet check. Let's see if powder was logically required.
But it's a crazy thing to think about, we are still out of logic.
No, I don't believe so. Well, I mean, for the boots and the mirror, yeah. But we have access to this logically.
No, without the lamp or the flute, they could not make it up to Death Mountain. So technically, we are still out of logic.
If for anything that requires the boots and the mirror, yeah. But we have the hammer, mushroom, and cane were all accessible without those.
Very true. That, but I'm just thinking in my head here, you know.
It makes sense. But yeah, the fake powder not paying off, but yeah, I think it's a nice check to have.
Oh, I like fake powder. I try to do it when I can. And Bumper Cave only having a piece of heart there. Getting early graveyard ledge check though from g3rd0, that's nice to see.
Yeah, doing that before the versus outcast checks. Makes sense, just being able to do it in one big loop.
Yeah, just 10 arrows there, and we get a heart container from the brewery.
Yeah, we're getting our King's Tomb check now as well. That's a pretty nasty location if you don't have the mitts. Just a small shield.
we got Buane and Thieves Town though. I like Thieves Town play. It's a quick, full clear. 4 items, I believe.
Yeah, 4 quick items. It's not really any faster if you have to full clear it versus go mode. You almost never really get to go mode it. And well, there's the flute. That's not a nice find. It doesn't really unlock anything yet without the myths, but easy transportation.
Nope, and that now puts the mirror back in logic.
Yep. We are now. Yeah, we are not back in logic, really.
And it looks like Girdle's going to be quickly behind him. I would assume he's going to go right into Thieves Town.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Again, it's the crystal. It's really quick. There's no real sense in delaying it, so... The only real considerations for not doing it is if you don't have the hammer, or if it's a pendant and you really don't like doing pendant dungeons.
Yeah, I know. Going in here without the hammer is always a play. I tend to always at least do the first 4 chests, but just go in the back hoping that you don't need the hammer.
Yeah. And even then, the chance that there is something in the big chest is not that big, but it just feels really bad if there is. Yeah, both of them will be having no issues with going through Thieves Town and blind. I think we got a nice hallway dash from Girdle on this side. Straight for the middle, but there was a Patrick Star in the way. Feels bad.
Yeah, he had the pixels, just couldn't use it.
No, that's the worst for you. I mean, not getting it, that's okay. But if you get it and then just don't get rewarded, yeah. Right, so Blanc will be holding our last item. We'll see how our 2 runners handle it.
I'm sure both these runners know the script and gonna stay on it pretty well, so we're not gonna see anyone get off here.
Yeah, definitely would when it comes to the first 2 cycles. The last one sometimes can get a little awkward, but it's quick enough anyway. Just getting another error upgrade.
Yep, so Thieves Town just holds the flute, which is very convenient because the minute Buane leaves, he'll just mirror out and activate that flute. Which means we will have our national anthem, so if you guys want to get your salutes in chat in 2 seconds here, we're gonna go stand.
And you continue right into the Dark World. We'll see if he does Skullwoods before or after all the Graveyard Ledge area. If he does Skullwoods and heads to the back, he'll be able to link with a pedestal check as well. There's still some things that could be on there.
Absolutely. I like to think at least the first 4 locations in Skullwoods is like overworld stuff, which looks like Buane is going to do. Because this is a pendant, it's not a crystal, so unless he decides to just get it anyway, because he's gonna go check the pedestal. We might not see him finish.
Yeah, I think he's going to the standard full clear route. Do this check, then go to the back, and then go back to the front. He's thinking otherwise now that he found an item in the middle. He baited me a little.
And one more spot up here, but either that or it's going to be stuck in the big key and just the key. So either he goes to the back or just skips out on it and saves it for later if need be.
Yeah, leaving it for later makes sense. It's quite a trip to get to the back, and you don't know if it's in the bottom chest or a muffler. And if it's a muffler, it takes even longer. And he still has quite a bit to check, really. He has. I mean, all he knows is it could be here or on Lumberjack or in any of the bonk or graveyard ledge spots. He still has the entirety of Swamp to clear. There's enough and plenty to do for him.
Meanwhile, g3rd0 just picked up his silvers. He's going to make the sudden checks that Buane already did. And we'll see if he decides to either do Swamp or make the pod play.
What I think he'll do is continue the checks all the way into Bombo Stablet, and then finish off Desert now that he can.
Very true. That's a definite possibility here, and would make for efficient routing that you could do.
Yeah, they really don't have anything that the other rudder won't get anytime soon. Buane doesn't have the pyramid and catfish checks, and he's like finishing these checks right now. g3rd0 doesn't have the Sahasra checks yet, but I assume he'll get that at some point. And considering that he already has Tempered and that Turok is a pendant dungeon, I'm not sure if the Ice Rod is even needed.
Yeah, and looks like g3rd0's doing exactly what you said. Gonna go finish up Desert here while in the area, and maybe we'll after that see him make the Sahasra Eastern pod check on that area.
And being able to do everything in one fell swoop there is very nice, but you'd really rather have the bow at that point. Because having to double dip pod and Eastern is quite time intensive. And Buane will continue the checks all the way onto Catfish, and we'll see what he does after that if he goes into the pyramid and then to the pod area. It looks like he's gonna skip Catfish. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting play that Buane's skipping Catfish, because this would probably be the most opportune time while he's in the area to go check, and just opting to. I mean, we know it's nothing, but he doesn't have that knowledge, so.
Okay, well this this is interesting. Is this faster? It could be. I guess it could be. I'm not sure.
He might, you know what? It is a little bit back and forth, but he's got to turn in the mushroom. He'll turn in the mushroom here, and then when he gets to Catfish, he'll mirror and probably just flute to 5 to go to the southern area.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so he didn't. Does he have a potion with goo in it, or does he just have fairies? I'm not sure. Because if he does enter Pod and EP, then he might want to use the potion glitch to check out the right side. I almost think he might go to Swamp after this.
And Swamp's seeming more and more like the play because we could have like Bo or Mitz on Sahashala.
Yeah, and either of them would unlock a whole lot. Bo would make the next decision very straightforward. The Mitz would, you know, maybe cause some more divergence because there is Mire area, there is the East Step Mountain again, and the Smith sequence. So we'll have to see. Of course, we still need a medallion for Misery Mara as well.
Wayne's gonna first go check Bombo's tablet, and we will probably go see. He probably will go do Swamp Ball in the area, I would suspect.
Yeah. And the only difference right now is the Sahashala check. That's pretty cool. And we maybe, or probably are going to get some convergence right here.
And there it is. Buane's making. Yep, here we go. Buane's going into Swamp while g3rd0's heading towards Sahashala and maybe dip into Eastern.
Alright, seems like g3rd0 is following Buane on his heels right now.
So yeah, now that everyone has all the items, I think all the checks that both runner has, we see that Buane's just slightly ahead.
Yeah, around a minute, probably even less. It's very minimal. I think Buane was just a little bit more, or able to be a bit more efficient in his routing due to getting the boots on left mountain with the Seeker's Break. Worked out really well for him, being able to do desert in one fell swoop.
Yeah, it was g3rd0's Desert Palace play that just put him behind early on.
And he might be able to make up a little bit of time here. That's what, I mean, Swamp is a dungeon where you can just add up, where small mistakes add up very, very slowly, but they will add up, and you can easily gain 10 or 20 seconds over the course of the dungeon just by being efficient with movement and small tricks.
And we also have Buane skipping left side for now, which is, you know, play that you see a lot of runners do. I know I tend to switch back and forth if I go left or not, depending on what I get in those first few chests.
Yeah, if you want to be super efficient, then you can do left side first. It saves a marginal amount of time, if that. But if you do it, then you risk the chance of flooding the key or doing whatever. It just feels bad when you do left side and you find both the map and the compass there. So a lot of people just go to the back first and check how many items are left in the dungeon, and then decide after that whether they go back in or not.
Yeah, well, we had 2 medallions in here so far, so this is where all the medallions are hiding.
Yeah, they're not really doing any good with having the mids already, but 2 medallions, you know, increase the chance that at least they'll be able to enter either Mizramar or Total Rock.
But here is g3rd0 making the left side play. Oh, and Buane making quick work out of Argus, getting the 0 cycle.
Yeah, problem was he was still in his spin speed mode or glitch state, so he couldn't slash his sword to go for that quick kill. But that was a super nice 0 cycle. I had no idea he has been practicing that. That's super cool. I bet he's feeling really cool about that.
Yeah, if you could pull that off, you gotta feel nice about it. Pacer Lee activated the football giveaway for 44 others in chat. Thank you very much for your subscription and your help to these channels. Every little bit helps. And that being said, if you like this randomizer and just speed in general, if you can follow or you know, subscribe to the speed gaming channels, it really helps keep the community alive.
Well, we found a lamp on the right side of left side swamp, so we're not fully back in logic, and it puts open more of Eastern Palace and Pod. So I assume those will be the next logical decisions to go to at this point. But they might go to Spike Cave first.
And thank you, Kill Lear, for your Twitch Prime sub. Much appreciated. Like I said, every little bit helps. Thank you very much.
I assume we're going to see an Axe quick kill from g3rd0 as well in a minute. g3rd0 almost forgetting about the Saturn 2 chest too. What's nice is that they'll be able to turn into green pendants on their way as well.
Yeah, definitely. Keeping that knowledge in your head is good to know. But g3rd0 going left and getting the big key there knows that, or was hoping one of the dungeon items is, in fact, in the big chest. So
yeah. Luckily, the compass was in the big chest, so he'll be making a little bit of time with that. But we'll see how much it will differ. Yeah, it's just a big 20 from Souls, huh? Thanks for my family heirloom. Here's a small reward. Alright, no spike cave check from Buane. We'll see what g3rd0 does right now. also making his way to the pod area. What would you check first, Eastern or pod?
Probably pod. Pod has the more dense items, even with the if it's bow locked. If it's not bow locked, I mean, have more items. So hopefully they won't have to worry about it. But Eastern's quicker, so I mean, you really can't go wrong.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a coin flip, I guess. It feels worse to have to go all the way to the back of Eastern the second time. Getting to Helma actually does not take that long. Because it's... yeah. It feels like there's more different ways rather than one long way to the back. Yeah, Roadrunner is going to ball first. Makes sense. So ever since one, we've got some nice sync going on. Go just trading Buane a little bit.
And Buane's gonna make his way towards the back.
And just a bunch of keys in the front. Probably 2 items or dungeon items on the right side. Maybe the big key as well. We'll see soon enough.
You really need to find those myths. There's the big key.
Yeah, at this point it really feels like it's just the mitts and the bow that are missing. Because the g3rd0 is gonna go for a fake potion glitch. Or the potion glitch, not a fake potion glitch. There's the bow!
Well then.
Oh. Well, I have to wait a little bit longer for the mitts, but... it seems like we'll get there soon enough, and then we'll see if we're in go mode or not.
Oh, and there's the myths on the right side. So with the potion glitch, g3rd0 was able to fail swoop this in one go.
Yeah. Yeah, Buane will be doing the bow side right now, and then he'll be going straight to Helmet. But we might, we may or may not be in go mode right now. It's all depending on what medallion we need for Mission Mine.
Nice hammer jump, but g3rd0 realizing he doesn't have the big key.
Yeah, may have to come back for that right after he picks it up.
Maybe he won't check it once he picks up the bow, realizing he might be in go mode.
Yeah, that's a very good point. But again, what if it isn't? It seems like he is coming back for the chest. Yeah, he's setting up another hammer jump right here. quick setup.
Well, when you're that proficient at it, why not?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes you also just gotta show off a little bit, right?
So yeah, I mean, we're at an hour in, and really, minus the medallion needed for Meyer, we are definitely in go mode. So, Pet is heading on by a very strong, very low margin right now.
Yeah. It really all depends on whether or not we need Ether. And, well, if Ether is on pedestal and we need it, then I guess kudos to the seed. He pulled a long con on us. The big question you could ask right now is, do you actually just go through Eastern Palace? Do you full clear it, just in case? Or do you just check Misery Mark first and come back for Eastern later? It would save a little bit of time if you do it right now, but then again, knowledge is so important as well.
Oh, it definitely is, but Eastern is the quickest dungeon, so even if you full clear it and you're looking for that last medallion, it's quick. And it looks like Buane's gonna do a couple of these checks here.
Yeah, it all depends on where the big key is as well. But it's right in the first chest. And he's just going straight for the boss. Probably checking the quick chest in between. But oh, there's the powder. So we know that just needs to free bombs.
Alright, Buane's about to make his way over to Armos, and g3rd0 is starting off. We'll see if he checks any of the chests along the way as well.
Yeah, be interested to see what he does. He also skips the red chest right here. So we'll probably check the quick chest in between and the big chest. Nice quick kill from Buane. Picks up his second item, so there's only one item left in Eastern.
Now the question is, will he go back and check it if he wants to definitely see about that check? And looks like he's not. He's going right to Meyer.
Yeah, if you skip it the first time, you're probably not going back in. Picks up the rock from the bottom, setting up the Meyer pitch.
And it's Ether!
And it's Ether! Of course. Of course.
So Pedestal is still alive, my friends.
He's probably not feeling too good right now. So that swamp check, I mean, it gave us the lamp, but those two medallions really... Oh, and the shovel in the checkerboard game.
Oh, so he's gonna have to go back and get that last item in Eastern.
Oh, we don't know about that.
Oh, he's gonna go do dig spot first.
Yeah. And he's probably going up to Death Mountain after that. It's 6 items. Plus Turtle Rock.
Unless he's going to ice first. Well, why would you go this way? Where is he going?
Fat Fairy. Pyramid Fairy. It's open.
Oh, that's right.
That's an interesting choice. But it kind of makes sense.
I mean, if Pedestal is looming in the back of your mind, I might have went to finish Skull Woods and then go check Pedestal afterwards.
Yeah, there's only 1 item left there. It kind of makes sense to check, just to be certain. But there are so many dense locations left. It's a tough call to make at this point, because it could literally be anywhere. In this case, Ether is just like the Ice Rod.
Gerdo's literally following suit.
Yeah, nothing in Pyramid Fairy, sadly. The hunt continues. Oh.
I mean, I don't mind this. Buane's opting to go do Ice Palace. It is a crystal, has 3 items in here. Might as well get a crystal while in the process.
Yeah, it is probably the safest option. Not having the illusion that you can go mode ice at some point.
There's our 3rd bottle.
Alright. Let's see if we got divergence once again. Nope. He's following suit once again.
It makes me think if these runners have, watched each other's streams and see what each other's routing choices are.
I know some people heavily scout their opponents to see what their tendencies are and what they like or do not like to clear. But ever since Swamp, it's been pretty ridiculous. Nice first try bomb jump from Buane.
Here is still Spike Cave also, and they have not checked yet. So Dark Death Mountain definitely is the more fruitful location, but there's something to say that these two are in the top 32, and I didn't make brackets, so.
It was pretty tough to make brackets. 5-2 is no easy feat. But yeah, I would say that Dark Death Mountain is a very lucrative play to make, considering the sheer amount of items that are there. But then again, Ice Palace is a crystal. Getting it out of the way is just nice. Again, there are always arguments for and against plays. I don't think there's a strictly correct play in this case. Let's see Gerdo's bomb jump here. He's going for a safe setup. But makes it as well. Very nice. I mean, you probably wouldn't expect anything else at this rate. They both have been executing so cleanly throughout the last hour.
Yeah, if Gerdo did 2 perfectly executed hammer yumps, yeah, I would not expect him to not set that up nicely.
We're going for an iced tea chest first, then checking big chest.
Gerdo's routing of this dungeon is just a little bit more fruitful, I think.
That might make a little bit more sense in the end. I find Ice Palace routing to be pretty tricky myself still. Alright, let's see if the last item is in the big chest. Or did we already get... Oh, we already got all the items. I'm a doofus.
I wasn't counting myself, so... Perfect cold stare from Buane.
Cold stare is so nice. If you have butter, only 3 hits after the spin is so much more comfortable. I'm good at skipping tea room, iced tea room chest. We'll go straight for cold stare. So we're making up quite a bit of time over Buane.
Yeah, I think he figured he might have had some key logic going in there. I think, wasn't that a key?
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Oh, here it is. Here's the ped check, everyone. Get hype in chat. We're gonna find out if Ether is on the pedestal.
This kind of feels like a greedy check, but then again, if it is Ether, then he just bought himself a whole lot of time by not having to check the rest. But if it's not here, then it's going to be practically equal.
Oh, just cows cash. Alright, that means it's either going to be in the back of Skull Woods, the Smith's Chain, or Turtle Rock. What do you do? Dark Death Mountain, obviously. He is going in the mountain. Maybe doing Spike Cave Verse up here.
And that would be pretty interesting. Yeah, he's not going by pure density.
And Girdle opting going to the right side of Dark Death Mountain. Skip the ped check. He's gonna go right for the density and see if he can get Ether there. If Ether's on this side and he finds it, it swings right back to Girdle.
Yeah, if it's right here on Dark Death Mountain, then Girdle will have taken the lead right off Buane just by a few skips and a few checks that Buane did make. Also, nice Waffle House drive-through from Buane side. I love seeing that. Alright, Hookshot Cave. Let's see.
There it is!
And there it is!
g3rd0's in go mode at 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Alright, well, it's going to be relatively close, but with g3rd0's execution, it's going to be pretty tough for Buane to make up all that time again.
Buane's going to be about probably between 30 and 40 seconds behind him.
And with only Mystery Mire and Ganon's Tower to go, that's quite a bit of time. Might be even closer to a minute at this point.
Yeah, it looks like it. This is going to come down to the end. It's going to be purely execution at this point, and we'll see how we're going. Nice Wizrow room there for g3rd0 there.
Yeah, Mire 2 is a beautiful room, and if it's done well, it's a sight to behold.
Oh, and we have Godmire.
Well, we're talking about pure execution. Well, this only confirms it.
This is getting crazy here.
Oh, Buane. We're 1 minute behind. Well, we'll see. Also, super nice Mire 2. Both these runners just have an immaculate execution.
Yep, and they don't even have to set up the glitch here because we're already in, didn't have to switch. Oh, never mind, he used it to his advantage.
Yeah, I usually trick myself into hitting it the first time, even though the switch is already down. But g3rd0 has a good heads-up knowledge. Knows he doesn't need to do it for the first switch, but second and third one, pretty free.
I haven't practiced it myself or tried it yet, so one of these days I'll get around to it.
Yeah, it's easier than it looks, actually. You just need to get it down a bit. It's a bit of muscle memory that you need to get down with timing and getting the dash right here.
Well, with that in mind, that's g3rd0's 7th crystal. You know what that means, don't you?
Let's talk about 22 locations, a big dungeon, and a big key. And apparently Chad has to guess in which of the 22 locations we'll find our big key. So yeah, get your guesses right in, and oh Buane, he did the exact thing that I was talking about. But yeah, the winner will get our everlasting gratitude and love, from what I've heard. But if you have subscribed to any of the Speed Gaming channels or have donated 250 bits to any of the Speed Gaming channels, you will be enlisted into a certain, well, list of Hall of Fame for correct guesses, I suppose.
Where do you think the big key is going to be today?
Number 8.
Very nice.
I'm just gonna pick a random number right now.
That's the fire bar room with regular routing. That's very nice. I like to go based off the seed, and from what I'm seeing here, and I want to see good execution, I'm going to go a little late. I'm going to say 17.
Alright, yeah, that's a good number as well. 17 is just solid.
Oddly enough, the only time I ever got it right, I was commentating and then didn't put it in the chat. So I have not myself gotten a right guess this whole tournament when not commentating.
Excellent. All right. Well, go about to enter against tower at 120. That's super solid time. Oh no, Buane. He tried to do it again. So at 120.50, Gerdo is in. We're gonna get our first 2 checks. That's a small key. And Gerdo will continue.
He is going right, so that's 1-2.
Okay, on to 3 to 6.
Gibdo's doing what they do best and being a pain in that room.
Yeah, those rooms on the right side are actually pretty annoying.
Oh, and it's right side.
Number 6.
Alright, now this is officially Gerdo's to lose here.
Yeah, this is quite an advantage, and with the equipment that they have, I really can't see Gerdo throwing this away. He's been playing so well. Oh, nice full magic drone there.
Dark Eagle just subscribed. Thank you to subscribing to the channel with Twitch Prime. We much appreciate it. Thank you very much. Gerdo trying to get the guide pixel in that room. I still haven't figured it out myself.
Yeah, that one's pretty tricky. I get it only a fraction of the time. There are a lot of different RNGs in the cannonball room, and knowing which one happens when is easier said than done. We're getting a bit unlucky with that Zazek there. Yeah, Ganon's Tower is usually where the energy experience starts to shine. You just go on full autopilot mode and race your way through it.
Missing the one cycle there with the land maulers, but finishes it in the second. Very nice.
Yeah, I think Gerdo will be able to skip the magic in the next room, so we won't have to worry about any weird despawn glitch.
Yeah, it looks like he has 5 shots with that magic meter, so he should be alright.
We'll have to grab a key from the helmet here. But no need to check any of the chests. They're as equipped as they ever could be.
Yeah, the only thing that could be different is the mirror shield, and you don't need the mirror shield.
Maybe you could show Ganon how ugly he is, but I don't think he really cares. You have a normal mirror for that in the first place.
Oh god, both these runners getting through the gauntlet's got to be feeling really, really anxious now, and they're thinking what each runner has done up until this point. It's got to be in the back of their mind. Where is my runner?
Yeah, after you full cleared swamp, and it had actually nothing that was relevant for the seed aside from the lamp. But really, these runners don't need the lamp. Full clearing ice, and it had nothing. Yeah, you're probably not feeling too good. Especially since...
Go ahead.
Sorry? Yeah, go ahead. Oh, okay. Especially since really going to Pod and Eastern earlier would not have been a very unreasonable choice over Swamp Palace. And going to Death Mountain before Ice also would not have been unreasonable. But both of them have made basically the exact same plays.
Yeah, it really was g3rd0's skip of Ice Tea Room and going right side on Dark Death Mountain instead of Spike Cave that really made all the difference.
Yeah, exactly. It was really those two things, and skipping out on the Petric. That did add up as well. Getting through Agate 2 pretty cleanly, all the way onto Ganon. Final fight. Fully equipped. Should not be an issue, just 6 hits in phase 1 and 2. So with the Butter Sword, it's easy escape.
Yeah, giving a couple more for good measure there.
Releasing pent-up frustrations, right?
Oh, RNG for Ganon being a little nutsy here.
Nice trip from Buane there on Agate. Alright, 4 more hits for phase 3, and then it's just 4 silver arrows and we should be done.
g3rd0 got the double, I think, and the glitch and sign. This might be just one hit here. And there it is.
Super clean fight right there.
Ganon is down, and he's gonna cross the bridge, and he will get his official speed racing TV time of 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 17 seconds. Get your GGs in chat. What a race!
Super solid. Again, overrunners have just been executing superbly. With just a few sharks difference, that eventually made the big difference, but they've been neck and neck almost the entire race.
We'll wait till Buane here finishes his fight, and we'll get them both in for an interview.
Yeah. God, my soul is hidden right there.
But pulls off his second double, and he finishes Ganon off right behind. And he has an official Speed Racing TV time of 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 47 seconds, both under the hour and 30-minute mark. Get your GGs. What a race these two put together.
Yeah, super solid run. Let's see if we can get both of them in for an interview.
And we have both our runners in the chat ready to go. GG, guys. What a race.
Yo,
Thanks. GG, g3rd0.
Yo.
So how do you guys feel about that seed?
It's, of course, you need the third medallion when you have 2 of the 3. Of course, you're going to need that third one, right?
Yeah.
You had to thought when you found both with 2 of those medallions in Swamp together that you're going to need the third.
Yeah, I was worried when I did Eastern. Like, I found a big key, was in the first chest, and so I just decided to skip the right side chests, the slow ones. And then, of course, it was Ether in Maya, so I felt kind of bad.
I think I did the same thing. So we had the same chest skipped in Eastern there.
Yeah, like all the way from Swamp, you were like minutes away from each other. Buane was ahead ever since Swamp, but then you checked Icy Chest and Ice, and you checked the pedestal and Spike Cave, and that eventually made the difference. But otherwise, you made the exact same decisions all the way through Swamp until you found Ether.
Yeah, I figured we had the same exact pre-Mitz checks. That was my guess, because it wasn't exactly a linear seed, but the way the items were laid out, I think we probably had the exact same pre-Mitz checks. And I figured when Meyer was Ether, and then it wasn't in Ice Palace, I'm thinking it's probably Turtle Rock. And the longer this goes with exactly the same number of checks, the more g3rd0's execution is going to pull him ahead of me. So I just wanted to throw in those 2 checks before doing Dark Death Mountain as kind of a, you know, if it's either of these places, I can basically win. If it's in Spike Cave, like, I'm just going to win, probably, skipping all of Dark Death Mountain. Now, I don't know, I'll have to watch the replay to see if I still would have won just playing it straight up, but I was afraid at that point that we were too close, and the longer it went on, if we did Dark Death Mountain, if we did Turtle Rock, I was just going to fall behind eventually due to the execution gap, so that was my thinking there, and it really started... I guess, in retrospect, maybe the pedestal check is not correct there, since I'm going to go up and do Dark Death Mountain, I'm going to go up and do Turtle Rock, and then I'm going to do Skullwoods if I still haven't found it, so maybe you can call it a mistake. There is some time to be saved. If you see that it's on the pedestal, then I'm not going to do Spike Cave, I'm not going to check anything in Hookshot Cave, I'm not going to check Super Bunny Cave. So I figured there was enough time to save there to throw in a quick check of both of those locations, but maybe that ended up making the difference, I guess. It sounds like it was pretty close before that.
Yeah, you were, like I said, you were guys about a minute from each other, and it was just that I don't blame you for the pet check. I think I would have done similar myself. But that being said, I'm also not in brackets, so but it was just so close. You know, you really can't say that it was a mistake because there's just a different logical idea to go to.
Yeah, really just happy to be so close. This is g3rd0's obviously the tip-top player, so just to stay that close is a pretty good feeling. It seems like with that finish time, it's going to be a pretty good race to watch back too, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else about the seed, g3rd0 again, or Buane? How do you feel going forward and ready for your next match?
Yeah, I'm ready. Like, the seed was... it was okay, I guess. Like, I played it really safe for the most part early game. And then towards the latter part of the seed, I started taking a couple risks because I didn't feel very good about the Swamp Folk. But yeah, this was the first tourney race for me where I was relatively happy with my execution for the most part. Like, not everywhere, of course. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, when it comes to execution, both of you have just made no big mistakes. It was all just super solid, super clean. It was a joy to watch, really. I mean, I really didn't expect anything else, to be honest, from you two, because... Well, I mean, g3rd0, you obviously have like excellent energy time being the 10th place, and well, Buane has been putting in tons of work as well. So, yeah, nothing to complain about really. So, thanks to both of you for this race, and
Shout out to getting my first 0 cycle Argus and then being unable to get out of the glitch state to actually finish off the second phase. Good job, me.
Oh, right. We saw that. I was super hyped when I saw you do the sewer cycle. I was like, wait. You can do that?
I was too excited also, apparently, so maybe next time.
Very good. Well, you guys did a wonderful entertainment today. Really, thank you very much for us. I have to say it was a pleasure commentating this, especially with you, co-commentator Area. I had an amazing time. Thank you very much.
Yeah, same. It's been a pleasure. Let's do it again sometime.
Absolutely. And please, if you liked what you saw today, and I don't understand why you would not, because it was an amazing run between both these runners, please give them a follow. They put such a good job on today. Follows for our Twitch channels are definitely what validate us as speedrunners. Same for going with us if you liked our commentary. If you want, you could follow us, and we could not do this without our amazing tracker, Michael K., keeping us in check all throughout the day. Did an amazing job. Give him a follow as well. Thank you very much for joining us today. And the same, if you want to see more, follow the Speed Gaming channels 1 through 6. We have a link to the past randomizer, though not much is going to go on them, but give them a follow of 1 through 5. The next race today is actually going to be a back-to-back 1-2 race between Elminster RTA and Zelda Decent right here on Speed Gaming, starting at 7, and then right after that, their second race. So if you want to watch some more, definitely tune in later. But the next race between Buane and g3rd0, we can't wait to see, is going to be Sunday, the 1st of July at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But other than that, anything else before we go out?
No, just thanks to you guys, everybody behind the scenes making this happen, everybody in chat, everybody watching, and GG to g3rd0. Hope we get another close one on Sunday.
Yep, GG.
G to you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, chat, for joining us, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Have a good day.